Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Daisy. If you're new here, please subscribe and join the family. We have been having a conversation on businesses, starting businesses, growing businesses for the last few weeks. And I have an incredible guest with me today. She's called Diana and is the founder of Ruby's Gift Store, which has been in business for 8 years. So we're going to learn from her. First of all, she transitioned from employment to business. How is that like? If you are in that position right now, what do you need to know? And then setting up systems in business and just growing a business to the point where it is. If you're in business, this is an episode for you. Let's get into it. Diana, welcome to the channel.
Thank you.
I'm really happy to have you here.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay. Yeah, so my name is Diana Aineviona. I'm the owner of Ruby's Gift Store. We are a Christian and inspirational gift shop. We have an online store and we are also located in Chisasi. I'm married. I've been married for 10 years now. We have 3 children. And I'm a homeschooling mom as well. So half the day is business, half the day
is home and school.
Is home and school. Actually, most of the day is home and school, and then business is somewhere there. Yeah, I'm a telecom engineer by training, and I practiced for 7 years before I transitioned into full-time entrepreneurship.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is one thing you can't live without?
If I had to choose a physical thing, I'd choose my iPad.
Why?
Because it has books that I can read. It has my Bible. I can Google whatever I want. I can journal. Yeah, so if I had to move with one thing, I'd move with my iPad.
How do you relax after a long day?
2 ways. Taking a long walk. I found that to be very relaxing. And reading a book. Yeah.
So running a business for 8 years is incredible. Like everyone should be clapping for you.
Myself included.
Yourself inclusive.
Yeah.
What has that journey been like?
It's taken me out of my comfort zone. That's for one. Because naturally I didn't see myself as a business person. And I don't think I was or am. Okay, maybe now I am. But before, that's not something that I would ever say that I would get into.
Yeah.
I just saw myself as a career person and I was okay with that. But running a business has stretched me out of my comfort zone, showed me another side of myself that I didn't know existed. And it's been enjoyable. It has also been like really a good journey of good. We are going to do this step by step. I don't know the next phase and what it will look like, but let's keep going. And just being able to even do hard things. Like you see something and you're like, how am I going to cross this hurdle? But somehow, you cross.
And another hurdle comes.
And another hurdle comes. Even now I have a hurdle. But like if I cross those, I know I will cross the others as well. Yeah, but also to know that we're actually capable of so much, but we don't know. And sometimes it's just, to take that step and, you never know what you'll find at the other side of the coin. I remember when I was still working, and many days we would be driving back home, and my husband would always ask me, so what are you passionate about?
That question.
What are you good at? And would be like, I would be like, please, like, I'm passionate about shopping. Am I going to make a career out of shopping? And he'll be like, no, there must be something. And I was like, there's nothing. And I remember even when my cousins would come home and he would ask us and we would just laugh. I think now he looks back and he's like,
you see?
You have something to say. Yeah. But, just looking back, I'm like, I never thought that this is something that would happen. And here I am. Yeah.
Wow. You said something about business stretching you, and I feel like, that says what, like, if you ask me about this year, I'll just say it stretched me because of business. Yeah. So how was it like leaving your job? And, our jobs give us the security of money at the end of the month, whether you've worked, whether you're on leave or not.
Yeah.
And then now you're in a business where money will come when you work.
Yeah, that is so true. So by the time I left, I had already started the business, but that time I was really just doing it casually. So when I left work and that first year when I was home, I enjoyed being at home. And so I was like,
I can relate.
I have to make this work.
Yeah.
So for me it was, I have to make this work. I have to find a way to make this work. And my measure was, I looked at the salary that I was getting and I said, this business should be able to pay me that salary. Yeah, so that I can say that it was worth living. Yeah, so I really, that's what I was working towards, just finding a way for this business to
pay you what you were earning.
Yes, to pay me what I was earning. And so that's really how it started. And then so I just now started like seeing it's not working the way I want it to work. And then I started looking for help. And really that's how the business now began to grow. But it was out of this sort of hunger for the business to be able to pay me what my job was paying me that really drove me to make it
to work hard and
yes, to make it like it has to work. And why is it not working? How can I make it work? And then that's when I sought out help and started getting help. And then, just really being intentional to make it work, because I honestly didn't want to go back to employment. And even by the time I left, I wanted to just take a year off, take care of a baby, and then look for work again.
Yeah.
But just being there and realizing that, if I can actually do this business and stay home, that would be a good thing. Yeah.
So looking back, what do you think are the things that have made Ruby's Gift Store stand this long?
To keep going no matter what. The elections, keep going. COVID, keep going.
Because, you were operating during COVID.
Yes, and we actually grew tremendously during COVID. And I remember when the lockdown started, I remember saying I should just close. Because businesses were closing, they were closing arcades and everything.
Had you opened the physical store?
No, we hadn't. It was just online. But still, I felt like, my God, like we're in a crisis.
Who's going to be buying our thing?
Yes. And I remember telling my brother, and then he was like, but borders are still allowed to move, so you can make deliveries. I said, yeah. Then he said, so why are you closing? And I was like, so why am I closing? And so we just continued like nothing had happened. So for me, it's that consistency to keep on doing the business, to keep on marketing, to keep on selling, to keep on purchasing, to keep on improving. Like it doesn't stop.
It doesn't end.
And not to give excuses. I mean, there was even an election time. I think it was maybe 2016. Not 2016. Election. Yeah, the previous one was 2021.
I don't remember.
Around
2021,
there.
I think. Yeah.
And there was a time when they switched off the internet. They switched off internet. Then I think that was also the time of VPN and all of that. But to just keep on, okay, now the internet is off. Are there things that I can do that relate to the business that don't require internet?
What did you do?
So things like putting the books in order. Doing stock take. How much stock do we have? What's been moving? What's not been moving?
Still working in your business.
Yes. So you're doing some background work which might not require the internet. So like not letting things stop you. So even eventually now when it was put back on, and I think there was still some things not working, maybe social media work. Yeah, but then there were other things that could work that we could continue using. So I think for me, one of the things is consistency. Like we just haven't stopped.
Nothing stops you. You keep trying to find another way through.
Yeah, and then hit a barrier, find another way to keep going, So even things like marketing, like keep on showing up consistently. If your consistency is once a week, then okay, you do once a week.
But people expect you every Monday.
Exactly. But not, I come today, I'm gone for 2 days, I come back, I'm gone for 3 months, I come back, exactly. And you're always coming, I'm back.
My friend says no one cares about your apology. Just come back.
I'm telling you, by the way, you better just come back rather than say, because some people might not have noticed that you are gone. But if they only see you every time you're saying,
I'm sorry, I'm back. I'm sorry, now I'm back.
You don't need to apologize to anyone, by the way. Yeah. So I think for me, that's been one, consistency. But also support.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think support is something that we undermine, but I think for me, support has kept me going. Like,
what kind of support?
So encouragement, people who say you're doing such a good job, so that even when you feel like, my God, what am I doing?
And someone comes and says, those questions you ask every Thursday.
Exactly.
It's why I come back. It's why I'm reading my Bible now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it gives you energy and morale. But even the people closest to you, so like my spouse, my mom, they keep me going. Like if my mom comes to the shop and she's like, wow,
it's looking
I'm
good.
like, wow. Yeah, so for me, my mom has really kept me going because she just, I don't know, I can't even explain what she does, but just somehow I know that she has my back. I know that she's proud of me. I know she's proud of the business. So I keep on going. And of course, like, let's say if I have an online meeting or what, she will attend. She'll always attend. And then she'll say, oh, it was so nice. And I'm like, I can do this again.
Wow.
And then even my husband, he'll keep asking questions. So how is it going? Have you planned this? If something is not working out, I can tell him, and so that really keeps me going. Then also I have a coach who I meet regularly, and also her, a business coach. And even with her, I can tell her what's going on. She's able to give me advice. I implement it, see how things are working, and that has really kept me going. Yeah.
Someone said Serena is a coach.
Yeah.
And she said for you to even be a better coach, you need to coach others.
Okay.
Are you ready to coach others?
I'm ready. I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Because I'm ready for you to coach.
Yeah.
What systems have you set up in Ruby's Gift Store that have allowed it to thrive?
One is a financial system that really helps us keep track of how much money is coming in.
What selling?
Yes, what items are bringing in the most money, what items are profitable, which ones are not, and that informs how we do the business in the future. So if something is selling well, then we need to bring more of it.
Back.
Yeah. If something is not, then we need to bring less of it. And those reports have actually helped us a lot because while in your mind, you think people like this, but what are the actual numbers saying? Yeah, so having a financial system, then even knowing is a business profitable or not, or am I just,
just on
buying and selling? And you're just going by. You're busy, you're just going by, but you don't know, okay. And then, okay, I'm profitable. But how profitable am I?
Yeah.
Even how profitable am I this year compared to next year? And then what targets can I set even for the year to come? Another is inventory systems. So to know how much stock do I have so that I know when I should purchase more stock, or even like how much is this stock moving that I need to buy more of this and less of something else. So those are really, really important. And also to know, okay, how much stock is moving within a certain period.
Yeah.
But then also systems like the payment systems, how do customers pay for their orders, and to have the different avenues so that you can cover all customers.
Make it comfortable for everyone to pay.
Yeah. But also to be able to know, whatever system I'm using, how is the money getting back to me, and can I account for all the money that we are either spending or receiving? Yeah, so some of those. But then even something like a marketing system, so where this is how we are doing our marketing. So if we are using social media, which social media platforms are we using, and then how are we using them? So it could be I use an influencer how many times in a year.
Yeah.
If we're using stories, how often do we post on stories on the different days of the week? What do we post on the different days of the week? That's a system.
Yeah.
Which,
and sometimes when someone says systems in business, we're thinking of some big thing. I have to have this software. But
exactly.
It's as simple as this.
It's like, what structure do you have? Yeah. So what's your marketing system like that everybody knows this is what we do? How are we using WhatsApp? How are we using Instagram? If you're using LinkedIn, whatever it means you're using, like, let it be known, and let the people who you're working with also know that this is how we do things. And what that helps is you're not the week is not starting and you're like, so what
are we doing today?
But if I know I have to do 3 posts in a week, then it's 3 posts in a week. I just need to find what I'm going to post about. If I know we're showing up on stories every day, we are showing up on stories every day.
Yeah.
Then we need to know, okay, what are we doing on the different days of the week? So really a system is to know what is my business about, and then what structures can I put to be able to have those areas all covered.
Yeah. There's a time I attended one of your classes, and I think it was must have been Jan or shortly after Jan, and you mentioned the money that you made. And I've never forgotten. I think it's like 2 years ago. Because January, many people will say, we don't make money in January. That's when we have our list sales. But the amount of money that you made, I was like, how have you positioned Ruby's Gifts to be able to stand even those seasons where people say people don't have money, people are not buying?
Yeah. So again, remember what I said, to keep going regardless. So we also have our slow months. So November, December, January are peak. And I think for us, somehow, January is a spillover from December. So I think it's just a spillover. And then there are certain items that we bring, which are maybe for the new year, or, somehow it's really a spillover. But even in the slow months, we have to keep going. The sales are good. No, we have to keep going. So our slow months are March, April. A bit of Feb, but really March and April. And then May it begins to pick up again. But like you don't stop. You keep going. Yeah, that we know that the months are slow, so let's like lean back on our advertising or whatever. No, you just have to keep going regardless. Yeah, but then also to add that excellence. So we have 3 core values: excellence, trust, and professionalism.
I like that. Excellence, trust, and professionalism.
Yeah, so that we would be excellent in whatever we do. That when you come into the shop, it breeds excellence. When you go on the website, it's excellent. Like, things are working. Of course, sometimes technology will fail.
Yeah,
but
like, you keep perfecting it.
Yes, and also it should not be that 70% of the time the system is like down. That's a problem. And then there are things which are sometimes out of your control. It's a third party and what. But you try that people come and the website is easy to use and all of that. That your packaging is excellent, that the communication is excellent. So things like that. Then also professionalism, that you speak to the customers in a professional way. The systems are professional. The communication is professional, so that when people come, they are not feeling like, these people feel like
I only want to come when Diana is there.
There's that. Yeah. Or feeling like these people think they are here to help me. You know how you've gone into a place and it's like, they are just helping
They're doing you a favor.
You're giving money, but it's like they're just helping you. Yeah, so I didn't want it to be like that. But then also trust, that people can trust us. That if they see something on the website,
they know that it will be.
Exactly.
So if I order online, it's what I'm actually getting.
Yeah. If they come into the shop, they can trust that whatever price we have said an item is, they're not going to hear different stories.
They tell Diana it's 100,000. They tell Daisy it's 50K.
So things like that. But then also in our communication, if we say this is going to happen by a certain time, it will happen. So that people can trust us. They don't feel like. This guy says 9 a.m. but 9 might be tomorrow night.
The shop will be closed.
So things like that. Of course, now it will not be perfect, but we strive towards that. Yes, we strive towards that. Now we started a weekly meeting to air out whatever, because I'm not at the shop all the time. So I hear from them what's been going on. Have there been any complaints? How are you working with the service provider, so that I know and I'm able to advise them, but also clear out any issues with the other stakeholders that we might be working with. Yeah.
Have you ever felt like I don't have free time, or I'm burnt out? Have you ever felt burnout or feeling like all your time is consumed by the business?
It must have been 2020 or 2019. 2019. Yeah.
Before the lockdown.
Yeah. And the business had grown a bit. I was by myself. And I wrote receipts. That by Jan, I did not want to look at a receipt book. I didn't. And now I understood what my coach meant when she said you need to hire someone. So that in March, the need. I hired someone. It was too much. I wrote receipts. Because before we were not writing receipts. Now we had, upgraded, we're writing receipts. I wrote receipts until I was blue in the face. So I think those are the times. That was one time. Then also, even still, again, a lot of it was before I employed anyone. So it would be like things like stock is coming and we've gotten an invoice and now I'm doing the pricing.
Clearing.
Yeah, then even when the stock would come, then I'm taking the inventory, unpacking and all of that. I remember 2020, I think that was the last time I did it. And I unpacked, and I used to enjoy it because, you know, I'm seeing everything I bought online. And then, oh my God, like by the time I was done, I was sick. Like I got sick the next day because it had been, serious? I was fatigued. And I said, okay, I will never do this again. Yeah, but I think really a lot of the burnout comes with us doing more than we are able to. You know, you're just taking on too much than you are humanly possible.
Yeah, yet you can delegate.
Yet you can delegate and something. But of course, you know, when you just started a business, you're thinking, with what money? Which money is going to hire someone? But you start small. Maybe you can have someone who comes in part-time.
Just part-time.
Yeah, so for example, let's say
stock.
I have new stock, I'm unpacking. Get someone to come and help you. You have items to enter into an Excel sheet, give someone to do that work for just a day. So now I delegate a lot. You know, if there are things that somebody else can do, let the person do it. If there are things that I want to do, but maybe they are not really that important and we can let go, maybe I can let it go. Yeah. Another time was also still when I was working alone and I had established business hours. So anytime, any day, as long as I'm awake.
You text me and I'm awake, I'm sending you an order.
Yeah, so, you know, I was always on the phone until I realized, no. First of all, I was still using my personal phone. So there was no difference between business and personal. And I started to feel like my kids are going to wonder, why is mommy always on the phone? And they're not going to know that now she's working. Now she's working. You get? Like, and who am I going to start explaining to all the time that now this is work? Yeah, and so I realized, no way, this is not a hospital. Things can wait. So I established it's not an emergency. No one is going to die. The worst, if somebody needed a gift at a certain time and we are not available, they will not die. They can get from somebody else. So then I established business hours and said, okay, by 7 o'clock, the phone is off. Yeah. And then, of course, that meant I had to get another line for the business so that personal is personal and business is business. Thankfully, that time, you know, the customers are not so many, so that number hadn't circulated much. I was able to tell the customers we are migrating to this phone. They got the new number. Of course, still some might call me on this, but it's really, few. Yeah. And then, of course, that time I'd keep telling them, this is the new number, you know, and get back to them on that number so that they would save it. And, you know, eventually that cleared out. So at a certain time, the phone goes off. In the morning, it goes on. Yeah, so even now, at the shop, I tell them, you don't move with the phone. The phone stays in the shop. When you're going out, switch the phone off. When you come back in, switch it on. Yeah, because even for them, I mean, if they will go and continue working. They will go and continue working, and there will be no end, and they too will get burnt out. Yeah, so they don't share their personal lines. The people can only call on the business line, and if it's off,
that's it. I like that.
Yeah.
So, what mistakes have you made that have taught you some of these lessons?
Record keeping. Yeah, in the beginning, I did not keep records. If I could go back, that's one thing that I would do different. Keep records from the very start.
Like, this person has bought this at this amount.
Yes, so the income, but then also the expenses.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you sent a board and it cost 7K. It's not written.
Record it.
You bought invoice books, it's not recorded. You know, every single thing. So at some point I would record some. I'm too tired, I don't record
some are
others.
Too cheap, you leave there. You're like, I'm bored of 2K, why am I writing it? Yeah.
Then you sold a journal, you don't write it down. You know, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you have gas, you write towards the end of the week, or maybe when the orders are too many in the day and you're overwhelmed, then you don't write. Yeah, so that's one thing that, because records are so helpful to know what is going on in the business and be able to help you make better decisions. Yeah, so that's one thing that I would do different. Yeah. Also a lot of delegation. If I had known earlier that I could delegate.
You didn't have suffered so much.
Yeah, although it was a bit sensitive because the business was at home, so letting people into the home would, would have been a trick. So I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at what point did you register Ruby's Gift Store? It was in your boot. Was it registered as a company?
2019, after I had left work.
So it had been in operation for 2 years. A year?
No. Was it? Yes, a year. Yeah, so in the second year. Yeah.
Would you do it the same way if you were to go back?
No, I would register first.
Okay, why?
Yeah. So that you take your business seriously. Yeah. It's not like I'm trying. If it works out, then I'll register. Be serious from the get-go. And I think for me, that seriousness then would help you to have your stuff in order.
Yeah, you'd start setting up those systems.
Yeah. I don't think that time I even knew that you need to register. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I mean, we're just buying and selling, Yeah, it was just that it was not serious. Yeah.
There's something someone said to me today. She said sometimes she feels God telling her, take yourself as seriously as I take you. If we take our businesses as seriously as their potential actually is, I feel like our businesses can do so much better, faster.
Yeah, because I've really had many people saying things like,
my small
can
business.
I run a business and people don't know that it's me? And I'm like, but why don't you want people to know that it's you? Are you ashamed?
There are many, yeah.
Like, what is the issue?
What's the reason?
Yeah. Are you ashamed, or do you fear that
a drug dealer?
In case it fails, you don't want people to know that it was you? Like, what exactly is the issue? Like, I don't want people to know that this is my business. Yeah.
I think it might be a fear of failure.
I think.
Or also, how sometimes you feel like you're selling, like you're the one who is selling. I don't know. I think some people have a certain mentality about business owners. You feel like you're...
Yeah. But even when you think about it, I don't know if it was maybe when we were growing up, and even I think when we were grown, there was this thing like, you're doing business, like you didn't go to
people
school.
do business when they have failed or when something hasn't worked out.
Yeah, but I don't think that's the mentality still, because I feel like to do business, you actually really have to have so many skills intertwined. Yeah. It's not even like one thing. I mean, if I go to be an engineer, I just need to sit down on my computer.
Engineering school.
And configure.
Period. Yeah.
You get, but I don't need to know how to deal with difficult people. I don't need to know how to have negotiation skills and all of that to know how to communicate. But now, like, if you're going to do business well, you have to all round. You have to be constantly learning, constantly improving yourself. Yeah, there's a lot to deal with.
Yeah. So the nature of business is that we can work, especially now in our day and age where social media is literally on your phone. You can be in your bed and you're creating content. How do you balance business hours and family time?
Sunday is not a work day.
It's not a work day.
Yeah, it's not a work day. We've had people ask us to open on Sunday, but there are some things which you have to settle in your mind. So that's one of the things I settled. We will not open on Sunday. Yeah.
So plan your gifts quickly and get them within the week.
Get them within the week.
Yeah.
Monday to Saturday. Then delegation, meaning if there are certain tasks which can be done by somebody else, train them to do them. And then trust people, You need to learn to trust people. Trust them, but hold them accountable. My coach once told me that you have to learn to trust people. Otherwise, you're going to do everything by yourself and you will break. Other people can do it better. Yeah, and you have to trust them because you cannot do it by yourself. The business will not grow if you're trying to do everything by yourself. So trust them and then hold them accountable. And that's why you put in place systems so that you're able to say, okay, we had 10 journals at the start of the year. The system shows that we've sold 8, but I see they are sold out. So where are the 2?
Where's the money?
Yeah. So things like that. So you have to trust, but then you also hold them accountable so that...
So still be present in the business.
Yeah. So things like that. And then also, for me, I've learned also to trust God and say, I can't be there all the time. If there are things that I need to know, reveal them to me.
Yeah,
you know?
and he does.
And he does. Yeah. So also there's that element. We can't be under pressure, you know? So much pressure that we have to be there and what. Otherwise, you will just be there all the time working in the business. Yeah. So those are some of the things that I've done to make sure that, you know, I can balance. But also there are things like if I need to go to the shop, sometimes I can go with the kids. Yeah, like come up
We've
with
seen
a
them
routine.
opening stock before.
Oh yeah. And then, you know, go with them to the shop, but then also like do things in bursts of time.
Yeah.
And say, I'm going for 1 hour. And if I know I'm going for 1 hour,
I concentrate.
maximize that 1 hour. Plan before, these are the things that I need to do. Maybe I need to work on my laptop. I'll give myself 2 hours. Sit down for those 2 hours, do the things quickly. But you see, when you know you have unlimited time,
you will do touch a bit,
exactly,
move and make a cup of tea, and then
exactly. But if you know I'm going to do these things quickly, do them quickly and go and move on to something else. But see what can be done by someone else and let them do it.
Yeah.
And train them and replicate yourself and keep training them so that they can do
what you're doing.
Yes, what you're able to do. One of the things which I felt like social media, I should do that one, you know?
Because it's your personal touch.
Exactly. Until I realized I could no longer do it.
All the time.
I could not do it all the time. Because kids are in school, you know, I'm trying to think of content and what?
You're teaching kids at home.
Yeah. Then before you know it, you're shouting at them because you're trying to focus on something and they're... I said, it's okay. I can do a few days a week and someone else does the other days of the week. I just need to show her what to do. And it has worked for I don't know how many years now.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just need to also relax and realize that, because I think there's also this thing of business owners of you work 24/7, Sunday to Sunday, and we need to change that narrative. Yeah, that's not how things are supposed to be. Because even these big organizations, they're actually owned by someone.
Yeah.
And that person is not, he has 1,000 employees who are actually doing the work and he's not there all the time. So now us, with our small businesses, we think that we must do everything.
Be there all the time.
Yeah, but no, we need to find a way to structure the business so that it can run without us constantly being there.
Structure.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to a woman who, after hearing you, like she's feeling guilty about not being able to balance? Like maybe she's at home just physically, but she's literally at the business. She's working, she's talking to border guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think over the last few months, I've realized that mom guilt is actually good. Because it's helped.
good.
Yes. Let me tell you why.
You're the first person I've ever heard say
Let
mom
me
guilt
tell
is
you
good.
why. We need to evaluate why we are feeling guilty. And sometimes that mom guilt is actually valid. Like you're actually neglecting.
You deserve to be guilty.
You deserve to be guilty. You're actually neglecting your family because of the business. And you need to see it and say,
refocus.
Yeah, actually, I'm guilty for a reason. Yeah. So you also need to evaluate, am I feeling guilty for no reason? Like I've just taken off 2 hours the whole week and I'm guilty. Now that's not valid guilt. You see? But if every day, the whole day, you're working.
I'm busy. You end up snapping at your kids
Exactly.
because you're distracted.
You should be guilty. Do you see? But now if you realize that now that's what you've been doing, now you need to evaluate. So put in place business hours. Find out, are there things that I can delegate? Can I structure my business a bit differently? But also sometimes we need to face the reality and say, this season that I'm in, this business cannot work. You see? Like this business is not for the season. It's not for the season that I'm in. Okay, the money might be sweet, but what are the consequences long term?
Yeah, what am I glass bowl?
Yes, of me neglecting my family at this stage because I'm chasing money. And I always remember the verse that says that do not wear yourself out trying to get rich. Have the humility to show restraint. And we really have to show restraint. Because yes, there are bills to pay, but there's a limit. You know, there's a limit. And sometimes we need to say, okay, like this is not that much, but it's enough for now.
Yeah.
One day I'll be able to do more. You know, I mean, even now, I see how much I would be able to do so much more if I didn't have all the responsibilities that I have now.
Yeah.
But the reality is I have them.
Yeah.
And they're not going to go away. So I can't say
and
that.
they're time bound because you can't say you pause. Pause, let me first grow the business up to here, then I come back and parent.
Yeah, you can't. They will not go anywhere. But again, like we need to trust God because like last year when I had a newborn, I was hardly at the shop.
Yeah.
I think I would, maybe check
Just
on
pass
things
by.
like once a month. Even going to the shop physically would be like once in 2 months.
Wow.
Yeah. Then getting on my laptop to check how things are, like maybe twice a month or really like once at the end of the month. But that's it. But guess what? The business grew.
Trust God.
Yeah. The business actually grew. If anything, it should have gone down that last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was not physically there. But you see, if you put in systems before and people know what to do and they are documented, if even they don't know how to do something, let them review the document again, right? Or at least you who's written the document, you know what it says.
Yeah.
But also to find ways of simplifying our businesses, like not of overcomplicating it. Because there are things that can complicate businesses. Things like having too many suppliers. You're shopping from too many suppliers, too many countries. You have too many different product categories that can complicate a business.
Yeah.
But you can find ways of simplifying it. So for me, one of the ways I simplify it is I don't shop very often. We shop at particular periods in the year. So we will have, months when we're just running the business and we are not caught up in shopping and shipping and all of that. And also creating good relationships with your suppliers and whoever it is that you're working with, either local suppliers or foreign suppliers, so that you have a good working relationship and like an issue doesn't come up and it can't be resolved.
Yeah.
But like they have your back and they would
They
try to
know
make
you.
things,
They
they'll try to
trust
make
you.
things easy for you and not, maybe not even care whether, things are backfiring for you, but like they actually can, they're walking this journey with you.
If we forget everything you have said, what is one or even two lessons that you'd want an entrepreneur to pick from your journey?
Perseverance. You must persevere. Don't give up.
There is no giving.
There's no giving up.
And when you go into business, knowing that I can
There's
give
plan
up,
B.
you will give up because opportunities will come for
Yeah. I think people have options, but me, I didn't have an option.
you. Yeah.
So if you have options, I don't know, you might take the other option. So persevere and don't give up. Find a hurdle. I'm telling you right now, I have a hurdle.
But you're going to go through
But
it.
we're going to go through it. And I keep saying, God, we will get through. I don't know how, but we're going to get through. So don't expect that business is going to be smooth. It will not. But
And
once
it's
you
not
pass
the
that
easy way
hurdle,
out.
you will be shocked at what can happen. I remember when we were going to the physical shop, I was like, God, what am I doing even?
Who sent me?
Who sent me? Like, what? Just stay home. Why are you making life so
working.
complicated? And yet I knew it was no longer working. People were jumping over cups. It could no longer work.
You're talking,
I remember one
and you're
Christmas.
You're pointing fingers because I have boxes of good hair.
I'm telling you,
in my
one
bedroom.
Christmas, we did the stock taking. And that time I had an employee. And we were doing the unpacking and stock taking. Do you know the whole sitting room
Was full of stuff.
Do you know the whole sitting room? I remember my daughter was a baby that time and she came with a cup and she broke it. Of course, I told my husband, you're going to buy that cup.
Your blood?
Because I'm like,
It's in
what
the
is this?
stock.
Then I was like, imagine we get a visitor now. What will we say? Is like, we
on
are
the
working.
balcony.
I'm telling you, they would sit on the balcony because there was no space. We were literally jumping over things. So I knew that
It was
time to
time.
move. It was really time to get out of that house. But I remember when the truck arrived, I said, what is this? And that was August of 2021. We had just come out of that bad COVID.
lockdown. That was like the 42-day lockdown.
Yes. So I was like, my God. But it had to be done. And we went and we didn't die. In fact, we thrived, we grew.
You grew.
Then even when now that shop became small and we had to move to the bigger space. And even then I was like, my God, what are we doing? But even
The shop is becoming small now.
The shop is actually already small. But you see, you just have to keep going. You have to keep persevering. Don't give up. And then allow the business to grow. don't get stuck in, this is where we are. Because, for example, I originally just wanted to have an online store. I didn't want to have a physical shop. But if the business is telling you this can no longer work, keep moving. The other thing I would say is marketing. Businesses you need to market your business. Someone feels like, I posted this yesterday.
I shouldn't. People
have seen it already. It's like I have one thing. If people haven't, you post something 1 million times. The next time you post it, someone is like, I've never seen this, and you're like, wow.
And even the ones who have seen it, because there's a science to marketing. The first time someone sees, they're like, Diana just with her business. The second time, they're like, oh, Bambi, it's nice. And then they continue. The third time, they're like, might I need this? Or do I know someone that needs this? So you need to post things at least 4 or 5 times according to marketing.
Yeah. So don't stop. I mean, Coke has Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola is still
went to the village, deep Coke.
It's there.
Yeah. So now for you, and now
who are you?
The market. The market is so saturated. I mean, not even you may even have a unique product, and maybe you're the only one with that product. But there are so many other things that are taking people's attention.
Yeah.
So let's say you even sell, I don't know, bags. And you're thinking, I have these unique bags, no one else has them. You can, buy this and have it, maybe give it as a gift, or just have it for your work. But I only have my salary, let's say, and 1 million.
Yeah.
Now that 1 million, this person wants it to sell me bags, the other one shoes, the other one. Exactly. So they may be different products, but
they're all fighting for one.
Everyone is fighting for that money. So you really have to stand out and to keep standing out. So don't stop marketing. Just keep on and find different ways of marketing, innovative ways of marketing. Like, don't hide your face in the sand. Yeah. Like, let people see you. The ones who get tired of you and they don't want to see you, my God, they are very free to block you.
Yeah.
But the people who need you will see you and they will buy from you. So don't give up on marketing. Yeah.
And I feel like every business needs to find their unique marketing voice. Because the way Ruby's gives to markets, I've not seen many people market the way that you do. And it's just so unique and so you.
Yeah. Because you really just have to find your own voice. Yeah.
You can't be dancing just because everyone is dancing.
And you have to know that I can't dance, so I'm not going to dance. Because people will see that you're just really forcing life. You see? And then the other one who can dance. You see? But now, sometimes we start following trends, and maybe the trend is not working for you.
And trends change.
Exactly, and trends change.
So when people are no longer dancing, what
do people even still dance? I don't know if they still dance. So you see things like that. So you need to also know and be confident in whatever it is, and know that your people will find you.
Your tribe will find you. Looking ahead, what is a legacy you want Ruby's Gisto to leave in business, but also in your community?
For me, it's one of excellence. Yeah, that we are excellent for excellence's sake. You get, not we have customers, so we can do whatever. Yeah, but that we will be excellent.
No matter
what, we will try. The other is integrity. Yeah, that we would stand out for integrity, to do the right thing, whether they are watching or they are not. Yeah, but that people will see it, and that it will be consistent, that not just now.
Have integrity in this season.
Yeah, but also not just now, but even
when you're bigger.
Exactly. And always, no matter who comes in, no matter when they come in, that can stand out. Yeah, but also in our community, that we would also be able to give back, that first of all, through our content, not just through our products, but through our content, that someone's life was changed, that maybe they saw something that we said, or they bought something that we have, and their life was truly transformed, right? Because for me, that's the vision that I have. Yeah, that people would have authentic relationships with God, like a real relationship with God. Not I pray, I go to church, I go for fellowship,
and that's it.
Yeah, but that I am walking with God in obedience to him. He tells me what to do and I do it. We are working. Yes. So for me, that's it, that, through the products, through the content, that lives will actually be changed.
Amen.
So when we get that kind of feedback, like someone says, I bought the cards and maybe I lost someone and they helped me. Oh my God.
There've been some who have recommitted their lives to God.
Things like that. Or there are people who come into the shop and then they say, I've decided to start reading my Bible again. So I've come to buy a Bible. And I'm like, Lord. Somebody has decided to start reading their Bible and they have come here to buy a Bible. I'm like, wow. Or they say, the Bible I have is, I had it from high school. Now I want my own Bible. I'm like, wow. Remember one time a lady came for a gift for her friend who had cancer. And she bought her, some scripture cards. So she bought the cards, and then she said, I think the next time she came, or maybe I chatted with her, and then she said how the cards had helped her friend, and she sees her, posting about them and what. Then later, more than a year, more maybe 2 years later, she came to the shop again, and I remembered her face. And I said, so your friend? She told me the friend had died. But she did something in that time that the friend was alive. And who knows?
Yeah, might have changed
how that
her.
Carried her until her death. Yeah, so for me, those are real things.
That's real transformation.
Yeah. Well, I remember during COVID, there are some ladies who lost their mom. So this lady, her and her sister, they bought journals and were journaling about
their
loss.
grief.
Yeah. And so she wrote and told us how the journals had really helped her, as she grieved her mom, and she would write in them. And I'm like, this is it. This is why we're doing what we're doing. Yeah.
If you could speak to a business owner, you're going to speak to 3 categories.
Okay.
One who has been in business for a while, probably even started in the same year that Ruby's Gifts was started, but for them they're struggling. Speak to one who has just started and they're figuring it out. And then to someone who is employed but really wants to start a business but they're scared.
Two is the one who started a long time ago and they're struggling.
They're struggling.
One
the other
who
one
has
is
just...
one who has just started and they're trying to figure things out.
Okay, so those two, I will forget.
Okay.
So those two, seek help. Seek help. So whether you've been working at your business for a really long time and things are not working, find somebody who knows more than you. Look out for a business coach and let them help you. You need to have outside eyes into your business. Let them see what's going on and let somebody tell you where you can improve. So for that person who's been working at it for long. And when they tell you, listen to them.
And implement.
For the one who has just started, again, you need outside eyes into your business to see what's going on. Okay, so you started. What are you doing? What do you need to do so that they can help you? And then for the person who wants to transition, somebody who wants to transition, I would say just start. When I started, I had no clue what I was doing at all. So just start, and then once you've started, begin to get help from somebody who knows, again, more than you do. Find a coach who can help you, who can walk that journey with you. And you'll be able to thrive.
It's actually possible to thrive in business.
It is. Yeah.
Diana, thank you for sharing your wisdom on business. Even I have learned we need to schedule our never-ending breakfast.
I know.
Never scheduled it for like a year. But I actually need that meeting so to look through my businesses and just advise. So thank you for sharing freely with everyone your wisdom and your experience and showing us that a business can actually thrive. It can actually be that like a business that employs someone and it's actually helping to put food on someone's table.
Yeah.
And we can build businesses for legacies, businesses that we can pass down to our children. And I have learned a lot, and I believe many of you have learned a lot. If you have any questions for Diana, any clarification, or even things that have stood out for you, if you want to summarize the points that she has made, please do that in the comments, and then I will be there to answer some of your questions. And I will see you in the next video. Remember, I am rooting for you. Bye.